Hello again, Melanin Jeeper. We are back. Let's get over here. We're gonna get a little warmth. I got my outdoor shop heater going. So here's what we got. We're back out here with the XJ. We got a new fuel pump right there. Let's see, right there. You see it? It's right there. All right. So we're gonna get that put in. I'm gonna get you down here underneath, see if I can get you set up right quick. This thing should crank and run. I got a battery over on the charger. I want to show you this right quick before we get started. I got this. Still got to finish the TJ. I got to start on this one. All right, let's get you underneath this one. We'll get started. All right, we're under here. Seems like every XJ I get, I gotta start with the fuel pump. Oh, let me show you this before I get started. I won that thing on eBay. I had to pay like 14 bucks for it, but super extendo socket, exclusively used to get these bolts off. That's how often I change them. I gotta go get a breaker bar real quick. All right, so we're back. I want to show you this trick. I learned this from D&E in the garage. You should go check his channel. He's a pretty cool dude. So I don't have a breaker bar that I feel like digging for right now in the garage. So I just got this, bam, extension with a socket. Instant freaking mind blowing. Here we go. All right, let's see if we can just get this rope loose. It's kind of freaking cold out here. Let's see what we got here. Get on there. All right, still the right way. Now, just so you know, I did soak these in PB Blaster about 3 days ago. This thing is pretty crusty for. But if I break these bolts, it's not such a big deal. That thing's on there pretty freaking good. All right, we're back with some tools. You know, normally when I get these XJs in, I can pretty well determine before I get them off the trailer that they need a fuel pump. And I generally do it before I even get it off the trailer, because then I can just drive it off the trailer. Now, but this one I needed my trailer for something else, so couldn't do that this time. But I'll tell you what, a 4x8 sheet of plywood fits really nicely here, right in between the two back wheels. So I guess that was a blessing. All right, let's get that thing out of there. You fucker! Okay, now you just have to go. I got the two little clips out of there. Boom, you're out of there, baby. Now this one piece, this line is always rusted. So you gotta yank on and be crazy like I did and break it. All right, well, maybe not. I'll just pull it out of the thing. So you got 3 connections here. I'll bring you up here. So you can see it. Oh, you can see there. All right, so you got this guy. That's your main fuel line, which connects into this guy with this crazy thing. I don't know if you're upside down. Well, anyway, and you got your connector, and then you got the fuel return right there. There we go. Okay, put the galley loose. We'll just pull these guys out of the way. No big deal. Grab this. All right, there she goes. And so here's the reason that I don't just kneel them down and change them, because all that dirt and stuff just goes right into the tank. So get that blown off and get that we'll get that fuel pump out of there. All right, so this isn't going to be too bad. Had to prop you up over there because I need both my hands to do this. Got this guy, and got a BFH. Actually, let's use a rubber hammer. So you're probably saying, hey man, why don't you just pull that thing in the garage instead of being in the cold? Well, the reason for that is that I have to use the tractor to push these Jeeps inside, and when I do that, I always screw up one of the plastic fender ends or put a scratch in the bumper. And it's just easier just to put the fuel pump in out here and drive it in there. It only takes a few minutes. So I'm just gonna get this guy on one of those notches. I'm just gonna tap this guy over, and then it breaks loose, and you just try to keep her going. Now, putting this thing back on is a beast, but I think we're going to be able to do it. I like to follow the same nut all the way around so I don't screw up more than one while I'm doing this. You're going to need to save this guy, so try not to kill it. So how many times do I wire? Once, I think. It's only like 1 3/4 turns. We're about to see. All right, it's 1 1/2 right there. Oh no, it's only 1 1/2 turns. All right, we're gonna pull this guy out of here, and it's gonna be nasty. Yep, it is definitely nasty. Oh shit. Try not to do that because it gets, anyway. So you can see that without getting it all over the camera. It's all nasty at the bottom. And it has a little sock down there that is not there. So we're going to stick our hand in the tank and get it out. I'm going to add this to my, here, I'll take you over there with me. I'm going to add this to my collection of fuel pumps. Over here in the Parts XJ. I don't know why I keep these. I guess they're like war trophies. Alright, just throw that in there. There's got a pile of them in there. Can you see it? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, just I should probably throw them away. They got gas in them. Hopefully that truck doesn't catch fire.
All right, so now that we have the old one off, gotta stick our hands in here and get this thing out. For whatever reason, man, gas is, to me, it's always colder when it's cold outside. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's look in there. Gotta turn you around now. You see in there? It's all pretty nasty, and what we're looking for is right there. You see it? I think I'm gonna try to get a pair of long needle nose and stick in there. I'm gonna feel like smelling like gasoline for the rest of the day. Let's go inside the shop. Okay. So this is a V6 automobile part. There's the new fuel pump. It's gonna work. These guys are $52 on Amazon. Comes with some instructions. It comes really nicely packaged in some bubble wrap I've never seen before. That's pretty cool. Comes with a little arm. You gotta adjust it a little bit if you care to know your fuel level. All right. Generally, we will grant you with a 1-year warranty. Before you proceed with the installation of your new fuel pump, make sure you have completely diagnosed the cause of failure. Check the entire fuel delivery system: fuel filter, injectors, fuel pressure regulator, fuel lines, chassis ground, fuse, relay, and continuity of wiring. Well, we did all that. We don't need those. This guy, we're gonna see if I can do this one-handed. We're gonna take the rubber band off. Boop, boop, boop. I've already adjusted this to kind of look like what the old one looked like. Come on, one-handed. All right. And when I say adjust, I mean just bend this thing at a different angle. So always bend it down. And when you bend it down, it'll, it just does what I want it to do on the other one. So I just continue to do it like that. So look, you're gonna stick this guy in that little hole like that. And you got these little, can you see this? You got these little clamps right there. Let me move that out of the way. See those little tweezer clamps? Gonna hold that there. And we're gonna put that in that hole. Boop, boop, boop. Boy, I tell you what. I wonder how heart surgeons do this with that telescope. Maybe because they're using both hands. All right, there we go. And you don't forget this little ring. Should have probably put that little ring on there. It's not a ring, it's a gasket. Make sure the old one came off the other one. Sometimes those things stick on the inside, as this one did. Look at that. I'm gonna get that old guy out of there. We're gonna put this with the pile. We'll throw it there for now. All right, let's see what we got, y'all. So, I know you're gonna say, hey man, why do you keep that old gas in there? Well, it's not that old, I guess. We're gonna burn it. It's probably gonna run like shit, but we'll run that gas out of there pretty quick. It's still flammable, so. And that's a Cherokee. Here we go. We're just gonna slide that guy in there like so. Orientation at this point really doesn't matter. Remember, you might get it inside of there and be like, dang man, that thing is too tall. Well, it's spring loaded, right? So what I'm gonna do is, now I'm not gonna be able to show you this because I gotta do a couple other things, but it pushes down on there, and that's sometimes what makes it so difficult for this thing to sit in there level and for you to put that ring right there on. So what I like to do first is, once I set that down in there, still doing this one-handed. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to do this with two hands, but I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna move this out of the way a little bit, and then I'm going to take this ring and set it in there first. And then once I set that ring in there, then hell, I might get some Do-It fluid or something and kind of grease that up just ever so slightly, so this thing right there slides right in there, and then we can put that ring on, and then we will be good to go. Hey, and while I take a quick memento to go grab what I need and stick that ring in there, take a moment to like and subscribe. We're actually doing this Jeep for the Arun Field and Family Foundation, and all of the proceeds from the sale of this actually will go to the Arun Field and Family Foundation. It's a really cool organization. A lot of things with that foundation happen here on the farm. I'll leave a link to their website in the description, but go ahead and do that. All right, quick note. Let's look on the inside of it. It's the inside of the lid. You see right there where it starts? Well, there's a corresponding start right there. So, let's see if we can't get those two things to talk to each other. Holy smoke, that worked. That worked. Let's get this hammered in. Hey boys, remember to keep your outdoor shop floor clean. You don't want to get your pants all dirty after you found a piece of wood to throw under your truck to keep your pants from getting dirty. There we go. Okay, just a second ago I was giving a whole speech and the camera wasn't even going. So, I'm gonna do a couple of things. I forgot that I left that one little hose on that other fuel pump that I put in the parts J. So I'm gonna go over to the parts J, I'm gonna grab that hose out of there. We're gonna attach it to this. Number 2, remember those hanger bolts that broke? Well, I have a really cool fix for that only takes a couple of minutes, and you don't have to pay 40 bucks for 2 bolts. I'm gonna show you how to do it for about $5 at Home Depot. So I think we need to make a Harbor Freight run too. I'm not really sure. Probably save a little gas. We'll think about that in a moment. But in the meantime, we do need to go get bolts. I do need to go get the hose. I'll get this old fuel tank drug back over there so we can get it put into place. Then once we get this screen XJ on the inside, what we're gonna do then is rip that muffler off of there. Somebody stole the catalytic converter. I think I have a catalytic converter in the back of the truck. We'll see. Okay. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if she starts. Almost. Well, there she goes. We got it. It was a fuel pump. We can now move on to the next. Like, follow, subscribe, Melon and Jeeper. Thanks, guys.